Forgiveness is something all of us want to receive, but most of us hesitate to give. We cannot separate receiving forgiveness from extending forgiveness. Forgiveness is at the core of emotional well-being. It is fair to say that unforgiving people are emotionally sick. Their bitterness is a disease of spirit, and it is inevitable that the unforgiving person eventually will experience physical illness as well. Anger causes surges of adrenaline and secretes other powerful chemicals that attack the body. The stress we carry when we refuse to give or receive forgiveness affects our hearts, minds, and bodies. We cannot rid ourselves of emotional pain and its side effects unless we are willing to forgive. Unresolved anger keeps us from moving forward because it locks us in a time machine, frozen on the exact moment when a particular offense occurred. Fear of further injury makes us unwilling to move to new levels of relationship, not only with those who have hurt us, but with anyone who represents a similar threat. Furthermore, if we allow unforgiveness to continue, we are likely to experience depression, bitterness, or both. Yet, more important than any of these concerns is the most serious consideration of all, the spiritual consequence of unforgiveness. To further explain the deeper meaning and importance of forgiveness, here's Jaycee Delos Santos, a registered nurse from Central Philippine University, who also has Masters of Science in Nursing, major in Psychiatric and Mental Health Nursing in St. Louis University.
So, forgiveness, as what Claudette said, is a very important matter that every one of us should be aware of. So, I'll discuss about the real meaning of forgiveness according to some of the studies that I have read. So, in studies, forgiveness can be compared to a gift or a present. When you give a present to someone, you may describe it as a sincere feeling. It is the same with forgiveness. When you forgive, you are giving that someone a gift. Not that person deserved that, or but you forgive him or her because it is coming from your heart. You are sincerely moving on to that hurtful experience and forgiving that person who hurt you. That is forgiveness. So, the real question is in here is, can you really forgive that person despite of the hurtful event that happened to you? Or so another question is, what's the effect of the hurtful event in my life? Do we really need to forgive just to move on and have that peace of mind? Well, the simple answer is every one of us can forgive. It will really depend on the person's decision and the person's choice. A lot of studies about forgiveness show that when a person ignores the process of forgiveness, it can make him or her cold, angry, and this can lead to physical and mental complications. On the other hand, when a person decides to forgive, studies prove that it can help in improving the functioning of our body systems. It can improve our cardiovascular system, our immune system. Another one is it can reduce the anxiety that we are having or that we are feeling. So those are some of the advantages of forgiving. And if a person continues to practice forgiveness, we can really say that that person can improve his or her physical and mental health. So let's um, let's go to the importance of mental health nowadays. Right now, we need to stress the increasing incidence of different mental health disorders in our society. Um, there are increasing numbers in suicide, depression, and anxiety. And a simple offense can give a person an experience that he or she will go through. And this experience can be painful and can add to different stresses that we are having every day, that we are experiencing every day. Hence, forgiveness is very important. So, when a person decides to practice forgiveness, there is what we call the process of forgiveness. So, the forgiveness process, according to Robert Enright, has four phases, namely the uncovering phase, um, the decision phase, the working phase, and the deepening phase. In the uncovering phase, the person is realizing what really happened to him or her during the offense or that hurtful event. So, when you look back and to that hurtful event, may it be, for example, that hurtful event can be a breakup or just a simple hurtful argument that affected you. So, in here, in the uncovering phase, you are really trying to know what really happened to you during those times, or you are really trying to know its effects to you, to your whole self. It's said that in forgiveness, we first need to be aware of everything that revolves around um, the decision, or that revolves around on our decision of holding on to that offense. When we become aware of everything that happened during that offense, that will be the time if we want to continue in the forgiveness process, or that will be the time if you are now deciding in forgiving that person or that offender. In the second phase, the decision phase, in here you are now ready. You have decided that I really want to forgive that person. And you are now finding ways on working on how uh, to use that hurtful event in a different kind of useful ways. So in decision phase, you are now ready to continue the process of forgiveness process and now understand its effect to you. So the third phase, the working phase, this is where the person is thinking about yun nga, the ways of changing those negative effects of the offense. And right now you are seeing that offense in a different light. You are you are changing the offense in a way that will help you improve yourself. So in what ways are you using that negative experience? So we have to remember that these experiences that we went or that we are going through or that we went through, may it be good or bad, can be our weapon to help us in our future experiences. That breakup that I am saying a while ago can be used as a weapon to help us in our future experiences. So the last phase, the deepening phase. In this, the person is now practicing forgiveness and applying it in everyday life. And as I said a while ago, forgiveness can improve our physical and mental health. And this is why uh, I think forgiveness can help in some aspect of mental health. I am not saying that should forgive or should practice forgiveness. But everyone should carefully think of the effects of the experiences that happen to us, because these experiences are very important to improve our mental health. And lastly, to end this brief discussion about forgiveness, uh, we have to remember that every one of us has the power to change ourselves to become better, but it will always start from ourselves.
Forgiveness cannot begin until we admit our own failures. If we cannot do that much, we can neither give or receive forgiveness. We cannot receive forgiveness without acknowledging our need for it. And we cannot extend forgiveness without admitting that because of our own imperfect condition, we have no right to withhold forgiveness from anyone else. As we learn to forgive, abilities which have been dormant within ourselves will emerge, and we will discover ourselves to be a much stronger and more capable person than we previously imagined. Parts of ourselves which could not thrive in the frigid soil of unforgiveness will start to grow. We will begin to let go of struggling and striving. We will find more of an easy flow, and life will be a lot more pleasant and a lot more enjoyable. If this sounds like exaggeration, then let it be. Because as the saying goes, to err is human, to forgive is divine.